Most of what I do is health law related. Uh, I've actually done some legal work for Faith, and my partner Joe Caniglio is a person that I introduced to Godwin Dixon some years back, and he's been doing quite a lot of work. I've been practicing 48 years. I started working as a lawyer, and I didn't have any black friends. But then we had a guy in the office, Clifton Jessup was his name. He's a bankruptcy lawyer. And we got to be pretty good friends. I enjoyed going out to lunch with him. You know, we'd go places in Dallas where we'd be seen, and sometimes there'd be a double take. You know, what's going on here? But we had some really, really good conversations, and it sort of reopened my eyes. And, you know, I'm not taking credit for it. I think we all, you know, are trying to do what we can to foster diversity. And, you know, one little way you can do that is, you know, getting to know all the people in the office and knowing their name and talking to them. And what happened is, you know, sometimes, you know, if you're walking the streets of downtown, you know, you can just feel a little friction, you know, sometimes. I better understand a lot of the pain, you know, that is experienced. And that reflects itself in how you interact. And I noticed some of that in our office. But, you know, over the last 3 or 4 years, that's gone. You know, as I said in my notes, you know, I think it reflects the fact that people who come to work there, regardless of their gender or, you know, their race or their religion, you know, we've got a lot of diversity in that office, and every person's work is valued and everyone is respected, and there is a family feel about the place that's palpable. And, you know, the question was, what brings you joy? It brings me a lot of joy. About 20 yeyears ago, I got on a hunting lease so that my youngest son would have an opportunity to get out. And being out there on a regular basis just really got my attention. And I started listening to some of the people that are out there, you know, working for the government and trying to do conservation stuff. And, you know, one of them taught me a lot. You know, he just knows every plant in the pasture, and I got very interested in it. And now it is, you know, second to my law practice in terms of what I do for a living is, you know, work out there. And it's been extremely gratifying to take an old rundown place covered with old junk and, you know, 55-gallon drums of used oil. You know, the people that had it before us just, you know, like a lot of people, they're trying to make the most money they can on a pretty tough place. And that doesn't lend itself, you know, to, you know, taking real good care of it. And happily, we had the time and resources, and, you know, we're not trying to, you know, make money out there and support ourselves. You know, upshot of all of it is that we just learned and have implemented things that have made it become, I won't call it beautiful. You know, it's West Texas. I don't know how much time you spend out there. It's sort of an acquired taste. You know, everything's got a sticker on it, and it's usually too hot, too cold, too windy, but it has a beauty to it. And just to be out there and watch it improve and know that we've been part of it, you know, is a very gratifying thing. So, a friend of mine has been on the board, and he's got a place that he's trying to take care of too, and he knows my interests, and he recruited me to join. I've seen it and driven by a lot. I don't know whether you ever been to the Botanic Gardens in Fort Worth?
No, I haven't.
All right. Well, it's an old time garden. And Britt is a relatively new entrant, has joined that campus, in the last 10 years or so. But they got an interesting building. The rooftop of it is grass. It's kind of one of those things. Its mission in the world is to do research. They've got people combing around internationally. They're still discovering new plants. They've got an education program where they get kids in there and get them educated about the value of plants, the value of conservation, how we need to take care of the planet. They've got an incredible collection of specimens that's growing. They do a good job of raising money, and because of that, the city has formed a public-private partnership with Brett, and they're going to take over the management of the Botanic Gardens. The Botanic Gardens are sort of like the Arboretum in Dallas.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about. And so now you've got this research, educational, you know, plant storage facility that's going to use its ability to do for the Botanic Gardens what the public-private partnership in Fort Worth did for the zoo. Good guy, hit it about B+.